Okay, welcome to some episode of Dan and Alex Play a Really Awesome Game.
It's not really an official series, but it's just something we happen to do while we're still in the same place, which might actually be ending tonight. Hopefully, I can actually.
Yeah, hopefully. So you just hate it here so much.
No, but I hated being away from home for so long for stupid reasons. So.
Absolutely, but it's been a lot of fun. So
we get to talk about games.
Absolutely. So as you probably know, Alex is a game designer among other things, and
aspiring. I always say aspiring game designer. You're actually a professional game designer,
which is really funny because I'm only a game designer because of you.
Yeah, I got you into this, and you surpassed me in every way. So
which is funny because I went to college for media, like new media editing and things like that, and I have no idea how to do any of that. And I had a project doing that, and I brought Alex in to do it professionally.
And I went to school to study game design, and I kind of bombed out on that, and he's my go-to guy for anything regarding design, and
it's really funny. We're both covering for each other's majors, so
basically.
So all right, today we're going to be playing one of my favorite games, possibly my very favorite game,
and as far as I'm concerned, just a damn fine, excellent game.
It's amazing. So I first found out about an Untitled story when I was trying to get into game design when I was still at business college.
And I think it was freshman year Digipen, yeah.
Yeah, it was around the same time.
I would play this between classes when I wasn't working on programming projects.
Yeah, for me it was during classes. And so
I wasn't that brave. I'm mostly sleeping.
So
during crunch weeks.
Basically, I was interested in game design. I didn't want to spend any money yet because I wasn't sure I wanted to really get into it. And I often didn't really play games too much until I started getting into game design. So I was looking for free games. Okay.
Might be loud. Let's reduce the gain a little bit on the mic itself.
All right.
I'm just trying to compensate.
Great. So I was looking for free games to play, and I googled like freeware games, and two came up. First, Cave Story, which is a phenomenal platform freeware game.
Oh, yeah.
That's been like released on everything now.
Everything and a half, yeah.
Absolutely.
I've streamed that a few times on my channel.
Yes, it's fantastic. But the other game that came up was an Untitled Story. And for a while it was, and it still is actually, it's absolutely free.
Yep.
Just Google.
I re-downloaded this today, and that's the copy we're playing.
100% free. Just Google an Untitled Story if you're interested, and hopefully by this time you're done, you will be. Because whenever I have to do open world design, level design, tutorial design, really any form of design that isn't specifically involving story structure, but we'll talk a bit about what that's doing as well, or competitive balance, this game is like a masterclass. I cannot express just how good this game is. And if you haven't heard of it, well, you're really lucky now. So let's get started.
Yeah. This time Dan will be driving, and I'll just be observing. He's played this game a bunch of times, and 100% of it. I played through it once, got through, like...
Yeah.
I guess I was in like the low 60s. This is a huge game. Kind of a Metroidvania would be commonly understood, but it's like...
It's so much more.
Yeah.
It's basically the ultimate exploration game.
Shall we get started?
We shall. And so when we say 100%ed, to understand what that means, this is a game where you play it to completion, and you get like 54%.
Yeah.
And then you look for every single corner of the game, every pixel and sprite for every secret, find a million things. You complete the game again, 68%.
Yeah.
It took me over a year to find everything, and I finally had to give in for a guide for like 15%. So I know this very well, but in order to cut down on keyboard noise, which is what I've mastered the game on, I'm playing with a controller.
Yeah.
So a PS3 controller?
Yeah, my PS3 controller.
So, so we're going to be playing on simple, just to make sure we can get through absolutely everything.
Yeah.
If it was keyboard, I'll be running this on master. So we're going to go in and just...
Oh, probably still...
Yeah, just type some stuff. Spud.
Yep.
So we're going to approach this from talking about exactly what the player's experience is. So, from the beginning, the game's called An Untitled Story. It's got a sort of mystical opening section. I believe that Matt, who makes this game, who's also made the very successful Towerfall these days, which is a game you might have heard of, he basically did all the art for himself. I think he did all the music himself, too. So, you've got a game called Untitled Story. It's got a sort of a mysterious title. You open it, this is the first screen. So right away, we've got some instructions, but you've got this sort of beautiful night sky backdrop, and you're this thing or something. This egg. I'm actually having some trouble getting this.
Oh, right, because we need to go to the options menu and actually say...
There we go.
And actually...
We'll get this working.
Select it. Ding. Ding. And
Yep.
go back to... No.
One second. We just got to put this controller in. So in the meantime, we'll talk about that opening.
Shoot. Action.
Yeah.
Pause. Ka-ching.
Yeah. Oh, okay, never mind. We're already done.
So, yeah. And...
So that square is our map. This is going to get big. So we got this opening. There we go. And you're this egg in a nest, which is great because in pixel art this big... one second. I think you messed up my controls slightly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So X for jump, please.
I believe I did. Oh, well, somehow it got switched around there.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay.
One, shoot. One, action, pause. Okay.
All right, there we go. That should be the last technical difficulty you experience. Yes,
Okay.
there we go. So because the art is so, lame, because it looks like a child's drawing, which is very crucial to this setting,
Yeah.
this, in fact, we're in a nest tells you everything. So right away, we've got nowhere to go. We can go over here, get stuck, come back. The only place we can finally go is off this cliff. Now, this is where going to tell us that this is a big leap of faith. It's the first moment we have here, and it's this big leap of faith if you want to go anywhere. So the game is trying to reward us for exploring and encourage us to take risks. So let's take a look.
Free falling is not a bad thing in this game.
All right, you actually don't take any damage from falling either, which is really cool. So this is a really attractive. You can see the two flames, so it's drawing a lot of attention there.
The fire effects are quite pretty in this as well.
Indeed. So that's clearly something interesting to players. If you want to make players go to something, all you have to do is make it glow, and they really cannot stop clicking on it. But fire's a little dangerous too, so maybe that's not a good thing. But it's got this weird object, so it's probably something interesting. But let's just go over here for a moment. All right, a whole new area called Deep Tower. So whenever you add a name on a zone, it makes this added feeling like you're in a new area, this someplace that has lore.
Because the look changes so drastically, yes, you are very clearly in a new area.
Yeah, which is
But it has a name.
Indeed, which is that's what Dark Souls does to really add a sense of progression to the world. Like, you didn't just get into a tree area, now you're in, Darkroot Garden.
And it helps to also put names to places for navigation as things become more complicated later on.
And it helps the gamer conversation in a game like this because we need to be able to say, oh, in Deep Tower you do that.
You go north of Deep Tower and you find yourself in whatever.
And just the fact that this was named Deep Tower adds a sense of lore and purpose to the world. So just simple things like that, which cost no programming time at all, just fade a name in on top of something that sounds evocative, creates all these benefits. So what you're noticing is we cannot jump over here. So we clearly can't go there, so let's go right. Okay, so what's this thing? So we go over here, and there's this down arrow. Okay, down. All right, just forth. It says game saved.
Sparkles.
And sparkles, so that's reward. And you heard probably this da-da-da-da sound, if I remember correctly. And there's a big bunch of stars. Stars are good.
Da-da-da-da.
And so, all right, we've saved our game. So now we're going to take a look. All right, hold jump for a high leap, tap jump for a low hop. So this is where players are probably going to fail a few times, and they'll manage to fall down and get back up, and things like that. But we're just going to hopefully get this on the first try. It's so weird to be worried about these jumps.
I mean, you're using a new control scheme for you.
And the game is so precise. All right, so here we've got something new. So already these screens have been very different. So we've got this little platforming challenge here, which is very safe, learning jumps without any actual problems if you fail, and teaching us that to get up here, you have to actually hold to get up. So we've already forced us to learn a skill.
Yeah.
Now you got this glowing red thing. And it's a heart, and hearts are good, right? And if not, it's glowing in red. Let's try tapping it, and ooh, dramatic music. And so you found a heart. Max health increased by 10, so that's good.
Oh, we have health.
Yeah.
We might not have encountered that yet.
And what's this? In fact, it's the clever thing. This little screen is sort of the mascot for the game. It shows the egg looking in front of it. So it adds a sense of gravitas to the whole section.
Certainly, yeah.
Yeah, so it's this is a big statue. What's a statue about? And it's listed under an untitled story. So it makes you wonder, this might be interesting, which is very important because this is a section is in crucial passing the game later. So now we're getting treated to a bit of curiosity, and already we found this heart, things were good, and we're going to move on for now.
You think, I mean, the word pretentious gets thrown around a lot. You think there might be a game where they do kind of lore building stuff, but it's very heavy-handed, and it's not as attractive as it is here.
Oh my god, so many. Like,
Yeah.
every game, not only every D&D game, but like most professional games, like, I mean, you could do a drinking game with, I was old when the world was young.
Oh, goodness, yeah.
Yeah, so the thing is, games are naturally interactive mediums. And so what you want to do is you want the player to be interested in your lore and be interested and curious. So if you just tell them what's going on, it's not interesting. What you want to do is put the lore in a situation where players feel like a puzzle. They're trying to figure out what's going on. I mean, the story, the recent phenomenon of this was Five Nights at Freddy's, in that its story is very relatively simple. It's like serial killer kills kids and stuffs them in suits, and maybe there's some supernatural thing going on. Like, that's the...
Maybe.
Yeah, like, that's the...
Not that I would know, because no.
Right, and that's the extent of the story. But because he hid it in, like, clips that you see while playing the game and little newspaper articles and little mini games, people have just these insane conspiracy theories, are often very interesting and accurate. So just hiding your story makes players kind of curious, and curiosity drives players to play more. So we've got our first enemies here. So they don't look very threatening because they have these bulbous backs, and so that's good. And it's really hard to, like, actually get past them without, like, either landing on them or taking damage. That teaches you some stuff right away.
Why does the little, like, mushroom shell stay behind, do you
That's an
think?
interesting question. I think it's just there to show you that you killed something, and then it makes the game feel more impactful, and also because you'll be seeing these guys repopulate when you come back. So
Right, you're seeing remnants of them because they haven't disappeared.
Right, and later enemies will disappear. I think it's mostly just showing you that you did something, and just trying to...
Bit of reward for completing the basic task in front of you.
It's trying to make you feel that you took something out and it mattered. And it's trying to put extra emphasis on that because we're about to see that be matter. So
I think that's accurate.
So notice we're not wasting a screen here yet. Every screen's been used to teach something. The first screen was the leap of faith. The second screen was the game save. The third screen was the first platform area. The fourth screen we've got we got the heart. Fifth screen we got the first jump. Now we're using this screen where we kill one guy in a sort of tighter space. Is that fire going to kill us? Nope, that's okay, and that's placed there to sort of show you that the fire is kind of okay in the background. And now we're going to go over there, and those spikes are obviously going to hurt us. You don't need to teach the players that, but they will find that out if they're not good at jumping. And we move on. Alright, so we've got this long section up here, which is leading us into this sort of preview of the boss. And it's clear it's pretty clear.
And there's also a bit right if you go there, it teaches you that you can hide behind the foreground a bit.
Yes, indeed. Which I'm not sure becomes too relevant in most of the game, but it's important for learning secrets, that even if there are some areas that are obstructed, that you can actually go through. I doubt the designer was doing that really that intentionally.
I mean, it looks nice as well.
Yeah, but actually, no, maybe he was, because over there to the right, that's a crucial secret. And you have to know, like, that little passageway off to the side, that you can actually go through that brown area. And this is sort of showing you can do that. All right, so...
Oh, yeah, there's a boss.
Yep. All right, we're just so excited about the level system. All right, so this guy's not simple, so usually there's like a fireball that he does too. But this is good because I already missed the first attack.
This guy is actually kind of a fake out. It's like, please don't jump, whatever you do, or do a low hop in the second half.
Indeed. So usually there's a fireball below him, so you have to get this path going on. So it's like this, and you jump over it. There's very few changes between like the higher difficulties and simple, mostly just damage, but that's one of them. And it makes it very easy to take out. It's a little bit more exciting in the normal version, but we're just going through this because, you know.
Kind of showing off elements of design as a story.
Yeah. So we already saw a red orb that was cool, and then we saw a blue orb, and we had this big dramatic thing saying da-da-da-da-da-da. And now we have a double jump. So hey, blue orbs are power-ups, and we want to get more of that. And remember, there was a section we just couldn't get through because there was a jump. Now we can go do it.
Yep.
And yeah, Great Din said something cool.
The torches in the background of that very obvious chamber was representing his health, 4 hits, he's down. Which we kind of talked about a little bit earlier as we were like doing this ourselves.
Just for prep, yeah.
Yeah. It kind of makes things interesting how the environment's reflective of it, and it gives it this sort of kind of epic stage-like quality.
Yes, and also a sense of clarity and suspense to the thing as the music picks up as you go further, and then the torches start going out. And just, it's unique. It's an element of world building that you don't see a health bar, and that's good. In fact, you don't see a health bar for yourself. You see a number as you start taking damage, but mostly it gets more red. I also want to show this off here. These are pots. They sort of look like pots, and you'll find out later, but you can't break them yet. And so later you'll be able to do that, and that's for sort of subtly foreshadowing an extra element. You might spend a long time trying to break them and feel frustrated and then abandon it, and then later you get the way to break them, and you're like, oh, that's so cool, I can break those now. So that's an element of foreshadowing and discovery. Zelda does that a lot, where they show you something you can't get to yet till you get an item. And that adds this added extra sense of delight, because now it's like you found the key to the lock. All right, so now I can get over that with a double jump. And already we've got some branching paths. So we've got a heart over there, which we know is cool.
I hate to interrupt you, but maybe save in case things go.
Okay, I'll save just in case. All right.
The part of me that saves obsessively is screaming at me right now, and you probably don't need it, especially on casual. But
yeah, not even casual, simple.
Simple.
All right, so we've got several branching paths already. So the game is all about exploration, and also look at these walls. The walled pattern not only makes the area look different, and not only is there different music here, but that's going to be crucial in a secret, and we'll see in a second. So we could go down below. And there's usually an enemy in the lower left-hand corner of that area.
Simple is kind of removing a bunch of key.
Yeah, this is kind of sad. Maybe we should have done this on regular, but we'll just go. But you'll see all the more important stuff. Oh no, you won't.
Oh wow,
that's really bad. Maybe we should restart this on regular.
Oh wow, yeah. We'll restart this on regular and
we're not gonna
skip forward to.
We'll just keep all the commentary and we'll just rapidly go through the opening. Well, we just fought one boss.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right.
We are. That is. So how wow. So go to options.
That's really bad. Okay, I knew it was changing a few things, but I thought it was just mostly damage. Like,
careful, we gotta do that straight down because it's the.
Oh yeah, the freaking controller. All right, so quit. Ah, god damn it.
Here, let me.
Yeah, you take care of it.
Down.
Okay.
Quit
to menu.
Quit to menu.
All right. So sorry about that, but we're going to talk about some elements of the game's development then.
Again,
I actually met the creator of this game at GDC when he was showing off his hit Towerfall, and at the Game Developer Indie Awards. And I mentioned this game to him, and he was like really surprised by how excited I was about this game. Yeah. Like he'd made it so many years ago and just slowly expanded it over the years. Which was actually really annoying me when I first played it.
And we have to reset the controls again.
Yeah, no problem. Because the thing about it is, I actually got the 100% on a version of the game that before was done. So I had to, and because I'd already downloaded that, there was no way to transfer my saves. I had to redo the whole game just to get the extra new 20% he'd added. So it was really interesting. All right, looks like we're ready. All right, I'm just gonna race through the opening.
And now for how players who've done this several times just normally go through.
Yeah, this is actually a good indication because this game is so fun that I actually said to Alex that while I was getting some work done, he should prep. Oops, missed that. That he should actually prep by playing the game a little bit first, and I had to pry him away the keyboard.
I kind of got. I haven't played the game in a while, and so when I started up again, I just oh man, so there's all that and that, and now I think I'm actually gonna probably
Yeah, I play this game at least once a year.
I might even stream the rest of it casually with the rest of the Maulers group in the Skype call. Just still probably talking about design, but not as thoroughly.
Not having double jump is totally throwing me. All right, so one thing about this game which is cool is that your jump changes over the course of the game. It's one of the major gating mechanisms of areas. That way you can just by changing a few pixels, you doesn't have to make a whole extra, you need the magic boomerang to get through, and just no, you can jump 2 pixels higher, now you're fine. All right, see now we're seeing some of the real gameplay.
Yeah, this is where the boss can really trip you up.
So you have to sort of mini jump right there, and it's cool because the first time you see the fireball, you're like, oh my god! And it's kind of a mistake because all the fire hasn't hurt you so far, but it's pretty obvious that fire is dangerous.
Yeah.
All right, so I would have preferably made the fire a different color to show off that fire is okay while the other fire isn't.
But they use fire for so many purposes here, as decoration, as health.
That's what I'm saying. I think we need a different color fire. Later on, we see a pure red ball of death.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, but there's energy, which is kind of the same shape of particle.
That's a problem. But really, it should have been yellow fire versus dark orange or something. He's limited by his color palette.
Most certainly.
But it's really, I think, a mistake to put this fire right here, which is fine, and then a fireball, which is a problem. But because it's a boss fight, we sort of recognize that it's a problem, and it doesn't.
It's not that unintuitive.
It's a minor complaint you have with this game. But one thing here, look at this section. When have you seen a platforming game do a ramp like this? Platforming games are flat platforms. But what's cool here is this is all tactile exploration. You see, to use a platforming game that has exploration, he's actually made the very feel of exploring the area feel different. This feels like a branch, and it feels different physically as you're playing it from seeing the flat area, and this feels different too. So we're gonna go up here. This is first.
Now we can finally see some very actually crucial enemies.
Yeah, so you got like a fire pattern down there, which sort of encourages you to maybe not go down there right away. There's all those spikes. There's that dude. So we're gonna go. And there's that heart, but you gotta go down there to get him. If you go over to that ladder over there, you sort of know that this is the one this way. You can't get down it yet. You have to. That's only an up ladder, as you find out as you go exploring. So we're not gonna go up there yet. All right, so now we've got that enemy, so we're seeing real stuff here.
And of course, the nice trick of letting you know how he works before.
And this rainbow chain is so excessive, but it's very crucial for just making you really want to go up there. Like, it's really calls attention there. But here's the cool thing we're gonna show you. Look at the patterns of the walls. Okay, looking at them. Now tell me if you notice anything that looks particularly interesting. Whoops. Like, God, this controller.
While he figures out the
controllers, yeah. Like, how about those arrows right there? See that? There's a secret hidden right here.
Look at that.
And actually, I can bypass the whole boss if I want to, because this game is very open world. I'm not going to, because it's very crucial to getting some stuff here. Hopefully I don't die now. I've taken damage from this guy. I probably should go save, but I'm just going to fake him out, go through here. That's actually a really mini challenge, because learning how to fake that guy out teaches you a lot of tight control maneuverability. And if you don't take, and this game is very big about, if you take damage, that's okay, you'll just have to be a little bit harder about the boss, but if you learn that, you get even better. So there we go. Now I find this guy. This guy's kind of hard to figure out how to beat at first, because it's not clear what to do. That you have to hit reflective blue fire isn't that intuitive, but it's something that's not that hard to figure out, just by the fact that blue is orange's opposite and complement. So it's sort of a mini puzzle, but most people figure out what to do before I tell them when I show them this game. So that just shows the power of color contrast, if nothing else, in showing you that something is different.
And
it's the exact opposite. Of the color
and kind of trusting that the player is kind of a smart intuitive person.
Right. Can now shoot fire by pressing shoot. Oh, I thought this was just an exploration game. Now the funny thing is, shooting is almost never used to actually beat enemies. It's actually used to like trigger jumping puzzles and stuff. It can like misdirect enemies sometimes, like we'll use here. See, when they gave us an enemy there just to try that off.
I use shoot a lot, personally, so.
Oh yeah, well, I use it all the time, but I don't use it to kill enemies. Actually, I only found out recently it can actually even hurt a lot of bosses.
Recently, as in when I was playing earlier.
Yes, Alex showed me that. So the thing about here is this guy was probably caused you a lot of pain as you were trying to go through him the first time, so now the fact you can just hit him and move past is really impressive. So
that doesn't work for all those thwomps, but...
It actually does, I think.
There are a few that are in weird places, but...
Oh, yeah, you can actually just hit them.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we get this thing, which is something you can't really get from below very easily, but you can get by falling above, which right away is teaching you all this cool stuff. And watch, we bypassed this whole dangerous, scary section because I found that secret. Now I can go up there and get that heart, and this is sort of an interesting thing, that you can get this heart much later without taking damage, but the easiest way to get it is just to intentionally take some damage. If you try to avoid damage here early, you will take a lot. Yeah, I'm just going to strategically take 10 damage there.
Yeah, you'll basically rub up against that wall if you do that with our current jump capacity.
Right, you'll take like 30 damage instead of 10. So just, bam, get what I want, move on. So I'm not sure what that's teaching you really. I think it's mostly just trying to give you a heart that's hard to get to without taking damage, and sort of getting you to challenge your perceptions. I see. Look again. This whole snowscape is not a way that these games are normally set up. That this platforming, in order to climb this hillside, I'm jumping repeatedly, and it feels like I'm freaking climbing a mountain. This game is really conscious of how tactile the gameplay is. It makes it feel different. So I'd normally be thinking, hey, how can I get to that orb? And there are ways to get from above, but we already got it, obviously. Oh, okay, so now this feels different. We just dealt with one thwomp up there, now we've got 4. And this is a thing where you can sort of try to fake them out, and one at a time it's really hard, or if you just know the pattern. Ching. So most people play that section and just get nailed over and over again. And so what we are doing
is getting nailed over and over again by the cannons.
Oh yeah, because we're not paying attention. I know they can't kill me.
Yeah.
But like there actually is a space that I could have fallen to very carefully if I wanted to there. So the game rewards you as you play through this and go through this area multiple times by eventually figuring out the best way to do things. And it gives you an added sense of mastery, even though it doesn't really matter. So we can go several different places here. We can go up or we can go to the left. What was that? We got this big glowy sun thing. That's interesting. It's mystical and it seems mysterious. And now we had this exclamation point, like pay attention. So pay attention to what? And these platforms are fading. and they're actually really hard to get right the first time. So hey, I'm falling. That actually was intentional.
Almost thought you had that, but
well,
yeah.
no, I'm falling intentionally because I want to show you can do this. So if you start falling, like, hey, I fell and I found 2 more areas. I have this and I can't get to that, but maybe if I go back up and fall again, but okay, this is too dangerous. There's no way to get over there, so I'm gonna go back over here. And what's this? Another blue thing. Can now teleport between save points. Well, that's convenient. And hey, look, I can break those pots now that I mentioned earlier.
And it's interesting that one of the most important upgrades in the game is down here.
Yeah, you actually have to fail in order to get this upgrade. And it's really telling you, unless you're seeing spikes, dude, take a fall. In fact, there's almost no fall in the entire game that will actually kill you by falling. In fact, in a lot of the most important secrets of the game, whole extra secret areas are found by going to the highest place and falling as far as you can.
Yeah, and then just going as far as you can from that high place.
It'd be really nice if the game taught you that relatively early, wouldn't it? Like in the first screen. All right.
I don't know if the mic's going to pick that up with its current setting.
We're hearing a phone ring in the distance, so if you hear that up, then, you know. All right,
whatever.
All right. So we're going back here. We saved, because I can teleport there. We're taking the shortcut.
Is there a reason to come back here, or...?
We'll have to go past this area.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't have another save point. All right. So, Cold Keep. So, and we're going through this area again. And see how fast you can get through these areas. One reason it's so addictive to play if you've played before, because you can so quickly just explore and go through all these areas. And the very fact this is a childlike drawing is super exciting. I don't think I want to go here yet, actually, because it's really cool. But I'm going to go around exploring a bit more and also show you... actually, I'll get this one upgrade. Nah, wait, I want to get the thing up here first.
Yeah.
So, going through here... This is actually one of the most annoying screens in the game. It's pretty poorly designed, but it is something you figure out after a while, and I think that was intentional. Most people don't hang around long enough to see that guy hit that thing with the platform. And so, when they see that for the first time, because we're just trying to run past the thing, like, oh, what do I do? Oh, wait, I can make fire. And so people will get stuck on this area, which is fine because you have other areas you can go to, both to the right of this area and to the left, as you saw over there. There's a lot of stuff to do. And this area is a gateway to a lot of the later parts of the game. I just want to go here for the save point, though, and for some other stuff. So now this is a much harder area than we should be going to right now.
Yeah.
But we're good at the game, so it's always the area I go to when I replay it. So as we're exploring this area, and you can totally find it quickly, now this area is teaching us a few different things. First, though, we should probably talk about just how the structure of the platforms in all the 3 areas 4 we've actually been to are very different.
Yeah, the way that the levels are designed is very different, I suppose. This one's teaching you bounce and then fall through a maze of spikes, and then here's a timing fireball challenge. Right, and it looks very intimidating, so a lot of players are afraid of it at first. But also, the first area was very flat and open. Yeah. Then we had Deep Tower, which is sort of blocky and restricted, but it's still pretty safe. Then you've got the snow area, which is so full of these hills and stuff like that. And now we've got this section, which is blocky but very claustrophobic. And looks like the flat places of the safe area, but now they've added all this new stuff. So we get through that, we jump over here. Okay. And, well, this area looks like this is just a screen, but as exploration shows... Ka-ching! Hey, we found a heart! In fact, you see our hearts are 140 now? Everything in the game, all the power-ups and all the upgrades are found via exploration. You don't gain health in any other way, so it really heavily rewards exploration, and also your hearts get to like 1,060 or something just by finding all the hearts in the game. It's crazy. So yeah, I did not get that far. Let's take a plunge and oh, what's that? So this taking a plunge equals good. Yeah. So just getting near this thing turns on its appearance, which is really telling you if you happen to find this, and you won't find this early necessarily, as you're jumping off and jumping around, that there are hidden things. And that's entirely the game, but it's a different hidden thing. If I beat this, I'm going to get, I believe, a heart. But the way that it works is that it's a mini puzzle. I'm the keeper of the treasure. I'm going to give you my treasure up if you're cunning enough to earn it. Present you with a puzzle and you must solve it. So it's giving us tutorial instructions, but in the form of a narrative voice. Oh yeah. So that it makes it more tolerable to read them. It's like a guy is mockingly telling you things instead of, this is a puzzle. Move the blocks around. All right. So and so what we're trying to do is get the block, one of the blocks on the X. So this is a pretty simple puzzle. We just go here, we go here, and
move this up here. God, so finicky with the
Yes, yeah, they've got to be a little bit
There we
more.
go. There we... Well, no, we don't. All right, there we go. So what's nice about here is he could just put a heart there that fades in when you get near there, but he doesn't want to break the rules of how hearts work, that some hearts are visible and some hearts aren't. And also, this adds an extra level of diversity to the game, which is really nice. Because the issue with it is that instead of just finding another heart here, we found one of these. Now I have to do this, and it actually breaks up the experience of the rest of the game, and it makes it feel like we found a different thing, even though it's going to lead to the exact same payoff, because you can only code so many things.
Yeah.
All right. So I get another heart. So it was nice putting that little simple minigame in there. It doesn't have to be well designed or good. It just needs to work. All right. Oh, what's this? Hey, look! I want to get past that. That's cool. So let's go get that.
He said...
Oh God! No! I'm trapped.
Up. Oh.
No!
Oh.
No!
Ah.
I actually gotta pay attention to this guy because this guy actually can kill you if you're not paying attention.
Yeah. I'm a triple boss here.
Oh shit! I actually do not know his pattern. I'm actually gonna die here. Wow. Why is he not turning red?
Yeah, here we go. You're.
Oh, I actually am damaging him.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was damaging him.
you were hitting him at pretty much the exact point he was gonna turn white.
Wow.
So he just stayed red.
I should have actually been paying attention because I'm gonna die here because I thought that I had lost it anyway.
Ah.
Yeah. It was funny because I actually didn't realize I was damaging him because I was hitting him so efficiently. So, all right, let's take care of him. So that I wasn't even trying anymore after that. All right, let's get you this time, buddy.
There and
there we go. So this guy is a very classic sort of boss. He's got a pattern. Each of these areas plays differently, which is great because it doesn't make you learn this, practice the same pattern multiple times. So once you learn, you have to learn each of these patterns individually, and if you don't, you just take a bit of damage, and you can get through without learning them all. But it doesn't create any annoying repetition. That's not like he does the same pattern 4 times and you have to learn each one. And each area, he's throwing more boulders at you until this one, which is the big climax, usually at really low life like you saw, and the tension is so great, the tension is so huge. And come on. And this cleverly sort of drops it so that he'll kill you with his final fall off him. And then you get him.
ka-ching.
All right. Bam, bam, bam. If you're wondering what they spend those crystals on, the game is intentionally not telling you yet. It's instead of just saying you spend crystals to buy things at shops, which you'll see later. All right, now we can see the locations of something.
Well, now you can stick to ceilings.
Oh, stick to ceiling, that's what that does. All right, yeah, that's gonna be useful later. All right, so often they'll give you power-ups long before you need them. So,
Oh, I mean that's kind of in the nature of an exploration game.
absolutely. So and the crystals, it gives them long before it tells you what they're for. And a lesser game would say, oh, here is what the game is for. Here's what the crystals are for. You spend crystals to buy things. But not only can players kind of figure that out, but because they're not sure what that's for, and a lot of players when they first play it say, hey, what do I spend these on? What is this for? But you know they're good, and they make happy sounds when you collect them. So, well, I'm not paying attention at all. So, players are actually collecting them, and then later, very shortly, when you find out what to do with them, you're like, oh, that's what they do. And so it creates an element of discovery, and it reduces the amount of tutorials. George Fan famously, created Plants vs. Zombies, said that most games could just replace the word tutorial with kill myself, and players have roughly the same reaction. Players do not like tutorials.
That sign would have said, hey, hold down the jump button when you bounce on something to bounce to your maximum height.
It would have, but
But whatever.
Yeah, and instead of telling you that on floating text, it allows the player to explore that sign and find that out. And some of these things are told through floating text, they're really important things, but you should be able to figure that out on your own to an extent. And so sometimes he puts them on signs, sometimes not. I prefer more consistency, but I think it mostly came from the fact that he just didn't have art assets for all the signs. That later on he sort of, in playtesting, recognized that some information was needed that wasn't already there. And so in patches he tended to make it really prominent rather than risk players missing a sign. So this heart, how do we get to that? Come on, how do we get to it? We can't get to it.
Well, like, I know the answer, but I was like, do you have enough health to...
Yeah, I'm not going to make a run for it because it's actually really annoying to do it right now. But basically you actually have to, players spend their time, they go for the side, like, hey, we have to go from the other side, and that's not the answer. You end up having to go right above the cannon in order to get in there. And I need you to...
Oh, right.
There.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to adjust the chat a bit. There we go.
Sure. So I'm not going to go in because I have too low health, because I was goofing off and reading the text chat.
But it's pretty clear that there's no obvious... You know.
Right. So that's another element of exploration and in a very dangerous area. Yeah, I'm totally going to die here. Goddamn controller. And the fact that we're commenting while we're talking. Alright. Wee! The funny thing is on Master difficulty, this guy's actually, you never actually have to beat him. Because he throws out so many of those things that you can actually jump on all of them and get all the way to that upper platform. Wait, am I gonna do it? Yes, I did it!
That was way too close for comfort.
Yeah. The thing is, if I'm paying attention, I can just get past all these patterns. But you can actually, without needing the ladder, he throws out so many of those things that you can jump all the way up here just off his ammunition. So, alright, we go over here. Big down arrow to call attention to it. Bam. Hey, the save point.
Why is that button there just to demonstrate that buttons are things at this point in the game?
Basically, I think it's really more of an added sense of gravitas and also the idea of slam down on thing, because I think it wants to have more of a sense of triumph, because you get up here and all you get is a heart and a checkpoint for beating a boss, and later we're going to be slamming through a lot of other things, and it wants people to learn to interact with that stuff.
Yeah.
But mostly I think it's just more of a sense of added. Bam! You do this big thing, so you have to pull, slam down.
That's appropriate enough.
Well, guess we might as well go back down, right?
Well,
what's that?
It looks like there's a piece of the landscape that extends off the screen.
Whoa! So what is this?
Generally, that's a good thing to investigate.
Yes. So this section is actually probably the most important power-up in the game, because you can't beat the game without it.
Surprisingly, even though it's basically just a duck.
Yeah, which doesn't actually change your hitbox at all as far as like enough for it to matter. So it's like completely useless, but you do use it later on. In fact, we could do this right now. This is usually something that people only figure out a long way through the game, because this looks like it's like, look, it's up. You feel like, oh, you go straight down. Of course you go straight down. There's a big arrow calling your attention, and it's been pointing down, and it's called pull your focus down. You get that, you get the heart, you go back. Except this little section right here hides a secret. In fact, now there's two birds up here. What's going on? Well, what if we use that power? They're both like kneeling down. So what if we use that power up to also kneel down? Can we try to do that? Let's see. Well, I said that very dramatically, but something should be happening when I do that.
Maybe you have to do the thing first, or...
Oh, yeah. I think I actually have to be a bird, too, before I can do that. So I do hatch at some point.
I was trying to be subtle about it, but whatever.
Yeah, no. It's fine. I mean, people can see it. I'm a freaking egg. I'm going to hatch at some point.
Yeah.
It's a cool moment, but it's kind of obvious. All right, so we're going through here, and we're actually going to take a quick... Wow, look at all this free falling area. This is really cool. What's going on here? See that? Hey, wait, is that an area we can go to? Wait, how do we get up there? How do we fall there?
Where?
Oh, look, we found a secret. So if you just went through this area normally, you would have not been able to get to that heart. And then when you fall down off that cliff, you'd be like, oh, look, I can get this heart. So you'd actually, using the falling system to get that heart would call your attention to try to fall through it, which would show you that secret area, which is important for later in the game. So we'll actually take a look at how to get that secret area.
So much of this stuff is nested.
Exactly. I see what you did there. So
that wasn't intentional.
It so was. Don't believe him.
It's a common term to use when you're talking about really efficient game mechanics.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant. In fact, there's a brilliant SM mechanic we'll see very maybe not shortly, but it's really awesome. All right, so we got here. Sweet. Let's get past. That's fire. Can we get past it? We cannot.
Ow.
Can we blow past it? No. And this will become an obstruction that you cannot get to for quite a while in the game. Later, though, there is a way to get past it, and we won't spoil it right now. So, seeing the egg is getting all red, nice visual indicator that you're taking some damage. So we're jumping back here because I want to go get this thing.
Yes, very kind of important.
Yep. So, boop. Oh, come on. There we go. Good boy. So that actually rewards your precision a lot. That's just took damage while going right through him anyway. There we go. God, it feels it's so awkward playing with this gamepad when I'm used to like beating the game on Master. But it's actually really fun. It's exploring the game from a new angle. Because one of those games that I actually really like on a keyboard, for even a platform, I'm just gonna go right through. Alright, there we go. So go get our health back, and we'll make that jump one more time.
There's something a little bit satisfying about reaching a save point and clearing away all the red.
Oh yeah, it's really great. Instead of just your health going up, seeing that your red returns to white is just this really big healing moment, and it feels visually good. So not only is it a visual indicator of how much damage you've taken, it's also a visual indicator of it's an emotionally rewarding moment.
This is just a plain old pretty game with lots of really effective and pretty looking feedback as well. It's a platformer that feels really good.
Yeah, and the very childlike drawing really helps a lot because it's a sense of childlike exploration. So we could go down here if we wanted, but there's nothing really here yet because we can't talk to anybody until we're a bird. So you see all these guys, like, we've been alone this whole time. Like, wait, there's all these people. Can we talk to them? And, like, not really, no. So we can't do anything. So later when we're a bird, we'll be able to talk to them, and it'll be you'll start learning some of the actual story going on. So
which is kind of interesting because that's very deliberately withheld for
yes, in fact,
depending on the player's aptitude, a very long time.
Yes, it's actually shocking. I mean, even without it, I mean, it takes you forever to get there. At first you're like, there's a story to this game, and then it does it so effectively and so well. I think it could have been a little bit more ominous at the beginning, just to add some curiosity, but it's so joyful early on that it almost symbolizes a loss of innocence when you get to it. And, you know, symbolism often is heavy-handed, but it's done so effectively that it's like, hey, we're just running around, we're having fun. And there's actually a great line where it says, you know, birds aren't supposed to run around discovering crap.
I don't even like feel like it's a loss of innocence sort of thing. Just like kind of a kid going on an adventure.
Exactly.
Sort of feel.
But then that's what I'm saying. Well, that, like at some point, it's first you're going on an adventure. It feels very lighthearted, and then at some point, there's actually this huge sinister turn.
Oh right. Oh,
and like
about that.
Right, and so there's this sinister turn where you actually start finding out the story, and you're like, holy shit, this is a whole other thing going on. All right, so we can buy stuff here. So you see they have crystal prices. He did dialogue.
Yeah.
And we can buy stuff. And, well, clearly we want the blue orb. And if we don't want to, we can just farm crystals if we pick the wrong thing. But this blue orb looks good. This one's sort of gated, so we'll get the blue orb. There we go. And I'll buy a heart or two, you know, just to make my life a little easier as I'm playing this game. And, all right, now exit the shop. There we go. Ooh, look at all this. Heart. Heart. So this feels good. Towns are awesome. All right. So now it's a blue orb. What is this going to do? You can now grab red energy clusters to get a boost. Huh, what do those look like? Wait a second, they have some right here. Let's go.
And I missed them.
Well, I missed them, but still. All right, God, this precision jumping on... What? Oh, come on, that's not fair.
And now you learn that if you miss the second one, just wait a little bit.
Indeed. There we go. So... now I get that, and I got a big boost. So what's cool again is they don't tell you. A lot of games will say like, this blue orb will do this, but they don't tell you. So you go buy it and explore, and you experiment with it. But there's also something else in here. There's a yellow orb.
What is that?
And it costs 417 crystals.
That's gonna stick in your mind. Be like, I need to come back when I am super rich.
Yeah. So, all right, could you read that out because I have to focus
apparently,
on
interesting that title actually has different connotations depending on which word you emphasize. An untitled story, the implication that there's a story but it may not be important to the player. An untitled story, the implication that there's a key story but the player has to discover it.
And actually, both interpretations are kind of correct.
Yeah, in this case, yeah, it's an efficient little title.
So we've got our red energy, so this is great. Okay, so wait, that's yellow energy. Can we jump on that? Wait, that.
Can you even reach that?
I can. Woo!
And Farfall.
So right after they show us one energy, they say, hey, there's another energy type. So maybe that gold orb lets me do the yellow energy. So, or maybe the blue orb does. I don't know. I want more crystals now.
Yep.
I'm gonna buy it. So what's cool here is actually several things. We just fell a bunch of area and the music just changed and now it all looks different. So we're in a new area called Farfall. Ooh, look what I found! It's almost like I know what I'm doing. So we're not gonna spend a bunch of time on these probably. I think I'll just get out of here.
I know how to solve this. I solved this earlier.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
All right, well just all right. Why don't you just do it quickly then? Because like I don't want to spend a bunch of time on these puzzles, but the idea is just the break when you're doing exploration shows you. Yeah, this is actually really easy.
Yeah, I tried doing it the other way around earlier when I was doing a test earlier, and it turns out this is like the super simplest way to do it.
Yeah, and I think that no matter what order you find the puzzles in, they sort of always do the same linear progression.
Yeah, I think it's the same progression of puzzles no matter
which ones you found first.
Yeah,
which is really, really good because it lets you control the player's difficulty curve. So. And until they replay it, they won't realize that you're controlling them. And if they replay it, then you're doing something right. All right, let's save. And we got some energy clusters, but we also have this other thing here. And this area back here looks interesting because there's a floor but it's not really a floor.
There's very clearly a space under it. It's just a suspended platform.
Yep, so this is another indication that maybe there's something going on down there.
And we've learned several times by now that falling is totally okay.
Yep, in fact, it is,
In fact, it is essential.
Yeah, there's so many secrets you can't do. Look, even more yellow energy. Even more freaking yellow energy. What does it say? Get to meet a creature who can use yellow energy. Bandit, you are a jerk. All right, so he's sort of saying, okay, don't worry that you can't find this yellow energy yet. But also saying, who the heck's Bandit? That's kind of interesting.
There are bandits in this game. I want to kind of meet a bandit and show it what for.
Like, this is like a really kind of badly done, well, not badly done, but not amazingly done version of like the rat man from Portal. Like the guy's scrawling "the cake is a lie" on the sides of like things and giving you information. Kind
of hard to compare the two, really.
Right, but like the idea is both you're just finding messages, and it creates a sense of additional that there's additional character in the world, but is also giving you important information. So I say sort of badly done because it's nowhere near as good. It's not as actually
that roof sticking kind of hurts you in that section.
Yeah, but I didn't take damage because of it.
I got stung a couple times because of that.
Which is funny because roof sticking is actually really lame until you get the roof slide.
Yeah.
All right, so this is cool. So this is actually when we first thing we talk about nesting. So that heart lock over there means you can only get through it if you're at full health. And that is the secret he uses to add 70 hours to the game in terms of it. It's just amazing because he'll put you through a really hard platforming section that you have to work really hard just to survive your way through it. Yeah. And at the end of it, he'll put a heart lock.
Yeah.
So it's like
so annoying.
All right. Oh no, it's brilliant because because it takes you. He doesn't want to slow the game down with its momentum. So what he does is he takes a really hard platforming section and you just play it for about 15 minutes to get through alive to the next checkpoint. But you can go back and play through it for another hour to get through it without taking damage. And then he's added with what he's already made by adding a freaking 2-pixel bar, whatever that is. He's actually added like a whole extra level of challenge to the game, which is really freaking brilliant. And you can't miss it here, and it shows you right here that there's this big area. This is not a great example of the platforming section because the only reason to go through that section here is to get the heart, well, except for this other secret, but it puts a lot of emphasis on how to get through that, and that's really important. All right, so we got another boss, and it looks like a linear progression, but you can see we could have fought this boss way before the last one we fought. We could have fought it before the last two we fought, actually. So
it's kind of in an open order so far.
Yeah, so it's really amazing. In fact, we could have bypassed the first boss we fought entirely and not fought him until after the other guys we've done. We're just doing it in that order because we know where all the bosses are, and we're beating them really efficiently. So, it's just really cool. All right, so boom, boom. And so this guy, the way his design works is that he doesn't do new things with as it goes on, but the speed goes up. At first, it's really easy to bypass this area, but then you start recognizing that it's almost impossible to get through the spread. So the music speeds up and his attack speeds up. So that's where his climax comes from, and we take him out.
Fantastic.
That's a nice little death animation. All right, so we get all the crystals, get the heart. No, I think we didn't take any damage. Oh, we took a little damage.
Yep.
All right.
We were a little red, and now it's gone.
All right. Hey, there's another blue orb. So, because what's cool is we're not really talking about the fact that a lot of these bosses have a small amount of enemies that can damage you before you get to them. So what's nice is it does a sort of Mega Man X thing where you take some damage on your way to the enemies and the boss, and you don't have much health to beat them, and so you have to go through just about 30 seconds worth of platforming and enemies to get to them each time. Whether it's the first crab bosses, the first snail things as you're going up, and the spikes, whether it's that thwomp thing before that cannon guy, or that's platforming section before the other guy. Like the only one that's not, and even those cannons before the guy, the boulder guy, and the one that gave us the wall stick that I didn't realize I was dying to, or that I was beating rather. So what happens is as you get better at beating those challenges, you get more and more health to actually fight the boss with. So it both gives you a bit of a lead up to the boss and a sense of added progression. So that's what this guy does. Now we can smash through this. Hey, didn't we just see one of these things?
Pretty much by necessity coming here.
Yeah, so yeah, there is no way to get to it without it. So let's go over here. Can we light these torches?
Yeah, Fair Yoshi's Island. Yeah, I'd say this game shares a couple of aesthetics with Yoshi's Island, although Yoshi's Island is...
I think you're saying Yoshi's Story.
Well, Yoshi's Story is a different game on the N64 that is not as good as Yoshi's Island.
Oh, what did I just find?
What?
Yeah, you didn't know about that, did you?
Oh.
This one took me forever to find because you always go down here. It's very clever. You just go straight down this area, and there's only reason to go left. Why would you ever go right? Why would you ever come down? You can't even come down from here to go right. But if you just check that box, there's a whole secret right there.
I'll tell you what, I can get that blue orb.
You want to get it?
Yeah.
All right, hand it over to Alex.
All right, here we go. Da-da-da.
Yeah, this is actually a weird section because it's a very much slow observational puzzle.
Why are you not letting me? Oh dear.
You had to go faster. Now you're screwed.
Okay.
All right.
No, I think I still got this.
Well, you've taken damage.
Yeah, I have.
So this is a weird sort of observational puzzle, and these guys are never used anywhere else in the game. So I'm surprised you put it here, but it adds a lot of emphasis to how this thing works.
So I'm gonna save and do that again.
Exactly.
But that would have been really bad if I died and hadn't gotten to the save point. That would suck majorly.
You had enough health. I wasn't worried about it. See, we're already at 200 health. We found 10 hearts. All right, so go up now. And
I know. Well, I get stuck on that.
You get to go up, right? You have to beat the guy to it. Okay,
no, I can. If I can wait, and then the next cycle is actually much better for that.
Actually, you're right.
Yeah, I actually tried to do that way, and it just did not go very well.
I'm usually a dasher in this section. All right, go.
No, wait, this one.
Oh, you're right. No, I would have gotten trapped. Yeah, see, the game actually misleads you in your first attempts, so that it's positioned in a way so that the first gap opening will eventually get you trapped. So you have to go back and pay close attention a few times, which teaches the player to look ahead a bit. And that wasn't staged. I legitimately was saying that.
Yeah, I think now would be a good time to hatch, and then probably call it because we're coming up on time.
What about this section right here?
Okay, fine.
All right, so first let's go down here. Bam.
Oh,
there's a
dear.
section over there, but I can't get there, so go this way. What? Oh, what's that? Whoa, no! There's so many spikes. So this section, first when you go through it, oh damn it! I accidentally went down.
Yeah, I gotta be careful on the control stick. Unfortunately,
goddamn control stick.
This is where having the keyboard controls is like, oh,
Look, I'm already almost dead, even though I positioned everything perfectly because I keep using the accident down spiral there.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, can't get that. Let's go all the way down here.
And
nope, no hearts. I would have gotten it. Wasn't for that down spiral. So that's the good section. So you can survive it pretty easily, even when you're screwing up massively like I just did to get down. But then there's a heart lock, and we just learned what heart locks do.
And
so now
there's a blue orb.
And so now that section is a heavy incentive to try it multiple times, which we won't do now because we're running up on time. But that's a good example of that's a easy little section to get through just to progress the game. But you can turn that into a platforming challenge. And because this game is such a hard platforming game, especially later on.
Especially
the optional areas later on. Dear God.
Ugh.
But the brilliance of it is that as you're going through it, there is...
And look how quaint this area seems now that we've got these jump upgrades.
Yeah, look at that. We can just leap over those chasms.
I'm pretty sure once you've gotten far enough, you can just do that in one bound.
Right. So here's the thing. I have fire. What if this is not really foreshadowed though, because it doesn't work on other torches, which is a mistake, because I've already tried to light other torches and it doesn't work. But when I first tried to do this, I thought, hey, could I light those torches? And it was correct. So the game worked for me because I hadn't really seen the other ones. And hey, secret heart.
Nice.
So I'm not going to go there yet because I want to show you something briefly over here first to foreshadow it.
And,
Okay, so now we got the red energy there. And we can go up here. Bam, 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 bam. Look, we have a whole new area up here. Now we can't, I don't know if we can bypass this yet without talking to him.
Yeah, you don't have quite enough height.
This is weird then. Maybe you go up here, because there's a hint over here, what we're actually supposed to do, that I'm very surprised if you can't actually see it before you do what you're supposed to do. So, I think you have to go up here first. The freaking...
Yeah, you gotta be careful on that.
Can I disable that somehow?
Basically, you just gotta get more experience with the control stick.
Oh, gosh. So mean. So this area over here, let's see if we can get over there. Oh, I almost got it.
Okay.
So, we don't really have time to see that, so I'll try one more time.
Yeah, one more time.
It is very important. So what's the thing we were talking about, because the game is so hard on platforming, is whenever you give players a lot of hard challenges, it's best to let them try tackling multiple objectives at once. Because that way, a player can come back to an objective that's frustrating them and try something else for a while. And also, when you play as multiple objectives, even in this is a common strategy in work management, if people have autonomy in which tasks they tackle and how they tackle them, because they mentally chose the task to tackle, even if they don't want to do any of them, that automatically creates, psychologically makes them more invested in that. All right, let's try... Yes! All right, so we get the heart, and now what's this? There's a big bird statue, and people are bowing to it, and now they have wings.
So that's the hint?
Yes.
That's the hint? There it is?
Yeah, so that's how I figured it out originally. So you go over here.
I had to look it up, I'm sorry.
All right, well...
I was like stuck. I explored everything else, and I was like, how do I make
I
progress?
was wondering why you were so incredulous. I'm like, yeah, of course it's the hint. So yeah, this game you do have to look it up a lot every now and then, and that's totally fine in a game like this because it doesn't hold your hand, and you can, and you know, looking up there's no shame in it. It's like Minecraft. Yeah. So we bow to it somehow.
Probably on a more central location.
Is it on a pedestal? There we go. All right, so now we have this. What's this? So right here we've got some symbolism. We fell out of the nest. Now we have this magical ascending staircase to heaven, which, by the way, is exactly what happened when we beat the boss that gave us the ability to duck. So get a bit of thematic tie there.
Yeah.
And, oh, there's a big blue orb shining in this, like, miniature stone statue temple thing.
Yeah.
And...
very interconnected and all that. Crack, 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 crack. Ka-ching.
And we've got to do heist mode stage, which no one cares about at all. It's like this side mode that I cannot believe you spent time on. We're not even going to talk about it. So
why is that in the game?
Yeah.
Is there a way to just...
So what's the thing is over here? You might wonder what the heck I'm doing. Well, it's because I want to show you this one thing. Look, there's a heart. There's a heart. Oh my god, I actually got that.
Holy crap.
That's so hard to do. All right, so bam. First try. I'm awesome.
You are kind of awesome at this, yeah, but you also have way more experience than I do, and probably even the creator does at this point.
At this point, probably. I mean, like, this is one of my favorite games, just play while doing other things. Now, I want to show you quickly that the map that we've been building. So this thing right here looks like a pretty decent map. Just Google, we can't show you right now, I think. Just Google image. Maybe we'll embed this in or something. Untitled Story map. Just look at the map. It will blow your mind how big this map is. And as you complete it, you'll get to the end of the game, you're like, wait, what's that whole giant blue section that's like a third as big as the map that I haven't found yet? What's that green-pink section? And it's just amazing. So this, anyway, we've kind of run out of time. So that is our first run to Untitled Story, nicely up to the egg, so good call, Alex. And the game does tell you some stuff. So we've got 12 out of 24 of the blue power-up upgrades. It's pretty good. We're fast at this. 21% progress. That progress bar slows down fast.
Very quickly.
14 out of 95 hearts, 5 out of 17 bosses. And we've only died once, actually.
Really?
Yeah, that's cool.
When was that?
That was that one boss I didn't realize I was beating.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, and look at but here's the cool part. The abilities. God freaking, I hate this so much. No, I got it. Okay. I just need to not tilt the control I'm using it. Yeah. So we got all these, they're in order. Oh my god. Okay, so they're in order. As you can see, as you go through it, you've got all these different powers. We're clearly missing them. And what's nice is they show you, like, it's like it implies that they're supposed to be in different areas. And so then hearts, of course, are this massive thing. And what's cool is they're actually numbered so that otherwise it'd be impossible to figure out what hearts you're missing and stuff. So,
helps for the game facts stage at the end.
And also, what's this? We've got blue orbs, red hearts, bosses, and there's a middle area that we're missing somehow.
I can't remember what that is.
It's the yellow orbs.
Oh, right.
And also, which is cool because because of the way the menu screen, it could have easily been this hidden section below the bosses, but they make it clear that we haven't found everything in the progress system yet. Everything is so carefully designed. And actually, there's a hidden collectible, the ghost flowers.
I hate you.
You don't know about them?
I didn't know about those.
Oh, they're so cool. I hate them so much because, like, you suddenly have once you unlock them, you only find them when you're within like 2 pixels of them or something. So you have to go through every stage again to find them. That's the one there's no shame looking up because they're so hard to get to even when you find them often. But yeah, this game is amazing. If you like platforming at all, and this is a great game to play while watching a movie, while you're in class. That's what I do.
It's a barely 20 megs download. It's super small.
It's free. You can play almost anything. It's just an amazing game, and I cannot recommend it enough. You will have incredible exploration. You You'll love it. If you like platforming at all. And also, the guy who made it also made Jumper and Towerfall. He's one of the platforming masters. And just learning about how this game guides you through the opening really is... I based the sense of telegraphing of where things are and binding the feel of the movement into the gameplay so that areas feel different. They don't just look different. Like so many platforming games have. How many of you seen that just the art changes, but the platforms are still flat? They're still roughly the same size. Mario's guilty of that to an extent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, this, though, is this whole other level, and everything works together, and I just cannot recommend it enough. So, thanks for checking out our thing on Untitled Story. You got any final thoughts, Alex?
I'm probably gonna pick this game back up again and probably stream it solo as well.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. And yeah, go for 100% completion this time. You can do it. Just use a guidebook. Yeah. Just use a guidebook because you will never find the library. I know where it is, and I still couldn't find it on my third playthrough. And I did, and also like you won't find the underground tomb either unless you know where to look for it. Really, because it's like you have to fall on the right block in this thing. But yeah, play it again. Get as far as you can to completion. Then once you give up, use a guidebook, and you'll find all these secret areas and that are loosely hidden. And
like you think you've played some Metroidvanias that emphasize exploration. This is all the exploration all the time. The game.
Yeah, it is amazing, and it is way too much fun. All right, so yeah, thanks for thanking us, Great Den, and yeah, Nick, hope you try it. It's really great. Thanks for being in our chat, and have a great day, everybody. Stay cool.
And say goodbye to Dan for a little while. I don't know. This kind of came about because we were
hanging out
for like most of a week. So I don't know how this might continue, but I'm gonna try maybe get you in on Skype so you can watch the stream and comment on it.
That'd be a lot of fun. Yeah.
So we'll see, and maybe this live streaming channel will be more focused on design. Maybe that will be helpful to people. Who knows? Yeah,
sounds good. If you enjoyed this, let us know. That's helpful. And also, because I know one thing I do when I'm recording my game design podcast on Magic the Gathering, Remaking Magic. Check it out, kids. It's on iTunes.
By all means, plug. Also, listen to Follow Those Dragons, every Sunday. Anyway.
Yeah, of course. I record on my Audacity when I'm going through the thing, and we just screen share. It's very easy. So we could probably do it just via distance, even when I'm, in Belgium making a digital card game.
Indeed.
All right, so, that was a lot of fun.
All right. Thanks for watching. Stopping the recording.
Bye, guys.